Welcome to a brand new day. This is The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, host of, obviously, The Rundown with Ramon. Who's Ramon Ray? Started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, a small business owner, serial entrepreneur. The main thing you need to know, host of The Rundown with Ramon, doing one thing and one thing alone, making sure you can live your best life or start or grow your business, getting the tips, insights, and strategies here in The Rundown with Ramon. If today your day as you woke up in the morning, you're in the middle of the afternoon, it's the middle of the night, whatever time it may be for you, you're not feeling so great. Well, I'm glad we can spend a little bit of time together here on The Rundown with Ramon. If your day is going great, your day is going absolutely fantastic. Well, I'm great. I am glad I can spend some of that greatness with you today on The Rundown with Ramon. I'm doing fantastically great. It's another beautiful, beautiful day. I am blessed. I am well. And I think most of you listening to The Rundown with Ramon, you just have to say to yourself that you're probably feeling blessed and pretty well too. You may not be where you want to be. You may not have everything somebody else has, but I think you'll say contextually, you're probably doing pretty good. So again, welcome to a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. What do we have in store for you today? Well, we got quite a lot in store for you today. We're going to talk about, should you start a blog? I've covered topics like this before, and I'm going to cover them again because I'm a firm believer that blogs still are a great way to spread your thought leadership. Exclusive from Yahoo Finance, Amazon is developing driver glasses to shave seconds off delivery time. We're going to touch on that as well. You may not like what I have to say about it. Definitely get some insights from Seth Godin. Broken and not worth fixing. We're going to talk from Wes Ko when she talks about the art of workplace finesse. Big Think says here, learning to ask the right questions is so important. You won't stop procrastinating, writes Roxanne Klein, until you follow these 5 productivity habits. Handle awkward conversations like a pro. How can we do that? What are 5 reasons that you may want to celebrate small wins in your team? And what do startup founders do in their free time? And we'll try to get to this 3 tips for small business borrowers in a high interest environment. Again, welcome to The Rundown with Ramon. Karen, glad you're here today. Good to see you here. Hashtag I am here. Karen Tenzin, always on The Rundown with Ramon. So with that, I'll stop talking and we'll get ready to start the next edition of The Rundown with Ramon. All right. Let's shut this music down and begin. Ding, 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 ding. Should you start a blog? This was inspired by our friends at HubSpot. And I'm going to give you one answer on this and one answer alone. Yes. Now, a blog is different than social media. Social media is, of course, using the platforms of Facebook or Threads or X or Instagram or Pinterest or TikTok or Snapchat, any of those platforms where you're putting content, others can see it and engage with it, like it, comment on it, reshare it, repost it, and going in that stream like that. That's that. Often there's a lot of imagery associated with that. A blog, is that old form type of content that is generally speaking textual, is generally speaking an article, and that goes on LinkedIn, has an article system. It can go on WordPress. It can go on Medium. It can go on your WordPress powered blog and other platforms. So blog is very textual. Blog can be put into an email newsletter. I use a service called Beehive. Some of you may use a service like Keep, which I do as well. Zoho and others have it. But here's the power of a blog. Beyond just the images and fun and, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, having your what people call thought leadership, having your insights, your strategies, your tips for, especially for a business. Alexandria Nicole, welcome. Good day to you, Alexandria Nicole. Glad you're here on The Rundown with Ramon. That's the power of a blog. It shares your persistent, consistent, regular thought leadership and insights with a defined audience. I just heard my friend Kim Walsh Phillips talking to somebody, Shay, who has a commercial cleaning business. Shay could have a blog about all the things that need to know, a daily blog, a weekly blog for her commercial future clients. What's up, Scott Simons? Glad you're here today. Good day to you, Scott Simons. Good day to you. Glad you're here, brother. And hey, again, good day to you, Nicole, Alexandria. This is the power of a blog. This is the power of considering this for your business, and if you should do it, because it spreads that thought leadership, spreads that insight on a consistent basis to your audience. My show here, The Rundown with Ramon, there are so many people who see this show, it's hard to count them and know the numbers, but I see all the time, Ramon, I see you going live. Ramon, I see you here. So my question to you is, should you have a blog? Yeah, I think you should. Something to consider. There's, again, LinkedIn, Medium, uh, um, WordPress blog. Those are three popular types of blogs, and those have the systems that you can share that blog easily with an audience. Oh, Substack as well, and Beehive and others. So yes, I think that as you're growing your business, if you're thinking to collect leads, thinking to collect insights, wanting to build your email list, a blog is the great way to do this. This doesn't mean you should not be on social media, because of course you should. Scott Simon's coming in double barrel on the Facebook side too. What's up, Scott? I didn't know you were a LinkedIn guy. Glad to have you there. Both platforms are important. So my answer is yes. Should you start a blog? Absolutely. A blog is something you should consider doing. So you can spread your thought leadership, spread your insight, not just on social media. People can read a bit more long form articles, a bit more insights about what you're doing, about what you think, drive them further into your quote unquote sales funnel. And when they're ready to buy, they will buy. Or even for existing customers, to affirm why you're the right solution for them. Remind them to do referrals to you, not on the blog, but they keep seeing your name over and over and over again. This works for me all the time. People say, Ramon, I see you. They may not always buy from me, but the right people are seeing me and observing what I'm doing, and eventually we'll work together, and or just keep being friends. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, Amazon developing driver eyeglasses to shave seconds off deliveries. These may not be the famous Ray-Ban glasses that Meta and others are using, but it's amazing how technology advances. I was with my friends at Samsung a few days ago, and one of the gentlemen there had some Ray-Ban glasses on, being able to say, speak to them and play music that only he could hear, get data, get information, take a picture of something and have the glasses read it. Pretty amazing. Could these type of futuristic glasses be something for you? The principle here, though, I want you to get, it's not in the glasses. That's a side note, and that's good. The principle is, are you at least thinking? Are you considering how to leverage technology as an asset, as a tool in your business? If you're not, you're just going to be going behind, because the next business, the next company will be leveraging technology and you will not. And this is not good. So always consider, how can you leverage technology as an asset, as a tool to take your business to the next level? Ding, 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 ding. Seth Godin always has some insights. He talks about broken and not worth fixing. I'm going to read this. Seth Godin sits in one corner of the parking garage near my office. There's no reception for a car's satellite radio. This is clearly broken, but it's not a problem. Certainly not a problem worth anyone's attention when there are so many other problems to be addressed. Problems by definition can be fixed, but they might not be worth the focus and effort. Letting these go is important because it frees us up to work on the things that most people don't think are problems that are worth fixing. I'm going to read that again from Seth Godin. Letting these go is important because it frees us up to work on the things that most people don't think are problems that are worth fixing. The power of letting go. Be able to prioritize. You might think there's a problem and you're working on it. Deborah, good day to you. But maybe it's not that big of a problem. And if you learn to let it go because it's not that big of an issue, that'll give you time to focus on other things that are generally bigger issues in your life. And I know this is contextual. Ramon, well, it's a problem to me. I get it. But I want you to analyze all the things that are problematic in your life, in your business, in your company, with your family, and realize, is the most important thing for you to work on right now nagging your kid that they left water on the floor? Yeah, training your child is important. I agree. So that could be a priority. But you get what I mean. Is that the most important thing? Y'all know who I am. This is Ramon Ray, the Rundown with Ramon. If you just joined, glad you're here today. Get to know me better at RamonRay.com. Get to know me better at ZoneOfGenius.com. And we're doing all the things to help you live your best life or start to grow your business here on the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. The Art of Workplace Finesse. This is a powerful article here. The Art of Workplace Finesse, Wes Ko's newsletter. And she says the following: identify when to ask for forgiveness versus permission. And those are two different things. Some things you just go ahead and do and say, you know what? If Scott Simons didn't like it, I can say, Scott, I'm sorry I went ahead and did it, but I apologize. Maybe I shouldn't have done it, or I'm asking for forgiveness. Some things, maybe I know enough, I shouldn't do that. And I should say, Scott, before I do that, I want your permission to do it. So this is the art of workplace finesse. Theo writes this. When do you ask permission? When do you ask for forgiveness? Two different elements, two different things. When to ask permission, when to ask forgiveness. Second thing Wes Kao says, Weskao, definitely check her out. Acknowledge that perception matters. Perception does matters. My pastor one day was drinking something, and he had it into a paper bag and a bottle. It looked like it was beer. He's a man who does not drink alcohol. I've never drinking alcohol. And somebody in the community saw him drinking that. Were like, oh, pastor's drinking a bottle of beer. Perception does matter. Brittany Cole, what's up? Brittany's here. Oh, my day is made. My day is made. Perception does matter. Musical Web is here. The 4-Hour Work Week book talks about forgiveness versus permission. Love it, love it, love it. All the people are popping in. So this is important. So he could have said, no, I'm drinking ginger beer, which he was in the Caribbean at the time. But he said, for the sake of the perception, let me not do that again. Ben St. Orange is in the house. Good morning and good day. Good afternoon. Ben, good to have you here, man. So glad to have you here. Ben St. Orange is a gem. So this is what Wes Kao was talking about. Perception matters. She says this, point 3, know what you can get away with. Sounds weird, Ben. Sounds weird, Brittany. Sounds weird, Musical Web. Sounds weird, Deborah and Scott and Alexandria and others. But know what you can get away with is a part of workplace finesse. Not get away with in a slimy way, but I know the rule is don't drink in the building. Don't drink any liquids in the room. But it's late at night. Nobody's there. You're going to be careful. Maybe you decide to carry your coffee into the room that normally you wouldn't if people were there. That's the art of workplace finesse. Don't be too literal. This is important as well. It dovetails what I just said. Yeah, the rule is this, and rules are important. But you said come in at 9. Once in a blue moon, a good employee, they came in at 9:01. They normally come in on time. Are you really going to dock them for that? Be careful of taking things too literal. Know when to be discreet. This is an art. This is something to understand. You're dealing with young people or old people, but young people, for example, you notice somebody has something off, or in my Sunday school class, all the times the students don't have an offering to give the Sunday school. I don't call out the kid and put the kid on blast. Sometimes I've gently given somebody else the dollar so they can give it and they can be the hero as a metaphor, as an example. So understand discretion. That is an art to understand, to be able to read the room. Discretion. I have the honor of hanging out with my friend Scott Simons. Discretion. He's talking to people. I may not always barge in, or I may not always approach this way. I may ask the question later. Discretion. Read the room. Had the honor of hanging out with Ben St. Hours as well. Know how to read the room. What's up, K6? So important. So Wes Kao, and again, I want you all to look her up. Wes Kao. Wes Kao also says, never bet against incentives. This is why school is rocking and Facebook is having some challenges. School, SKOOL, they incentivize people by doing good comments and posts, and you get points for it. And of course, everybody can see everything, but the incentive factor is powerful. Never bet against incentives. My name is Ramon Ray. That was some insight from Wes Kao about workplace finesse. Identify when to ask for forgiveness versus permission. Acknowledge that perception matters. Know what you can get away with in a good way. Don't be too literal. Know when to be discreet. Never bet against incentives. Woo! I love this. I love this. I love this. Wait a minute. Shai is here. We're going global here. Watching you from Zambia in Africa. Nettie here. Glad you're here, Shai. I love your energy. Always inspiring. Quick question. How do I identify my strength? What a great question. Identifying your strength is such an important aspect that we need to do as small business owners, as entrepreneurs, as people. And it's not always easy. It's taken me some time to identify my strengths, because sometimes we focus so much on our weakness, Shai. But here's my thought. How do you know what your strengths are? What do you really, really enjoy doing is helpful, but you not necessarily have to enjoy. But what do you enjoy doing? But what do you do so well? What do you do with excellence? What do other people say you do so well? No one's ever told me, Ramon, you are so analytical. No one's ever told me that. No one's ever said, Ramon, you do math so well, how you spin those numbers so well. No one's ever told me that. No one's ever said, Ramon, when you come into the room, we just love how you're so empathetic. No one's ever told me that. But by God's grace, I hear over and over and over again, Ramon, we love how you host an event. This I've heard over and over again. Have I transformed the biggest and smallest events in the world, transformed them. And I've heard this compliment from other high-level people. So that's my gift. That's my skill, in addition to other things that I have. So what are the things that people say you do so well? What are the things that people compliment you on? What are the things that people call you back to do again and again and again? And yes, K, indeed, Facebook is very good, Facebook groups, but as a teaching lesson here on the Rundown with Ramon, school is really amazing. If you're looking to build a community, check out School, SKOOL, or anything off Facebook platform, because the Facebook groups, they're just not being seen. The posts in them are just not being seen. Let's get back to the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Are you asking the right questions? Writes Big Think publication from Eric Markowitz. And I'm not going to go into this whole thing, but at a high level, it's easy to ask questions, but the aspect of the day-to-day to understand, are you asking the right questions? I got this from Lamar Tyler. I'm in his community, Traffic Sales and Profit. And Lamar said, don't just ask me questions, but also ask what my thought is about what I'm thinking, about what I'm doing. This is important to acknowledge as well. Why am I doing something? Not just the fact that I am doing something. If you want to succeed in life, don't just be someone that asks questions. Learn to ask the right questions. If you just joined, my name is Ramon Ray. You're here for a treat. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Get to know me better at RamonRay.com. Get to know me better at zoneofgenius.com. We're here for one thing and one thing alone on the Rundown with Ramon. 30 minutes, give or take, to help you live your best life or start or grow your business. Ding, 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 ding. Let's go to what's next here. 5 ways business owners can break the procrastination cycle. Procrastination will hinder you. I have deep problems with procrastination, with not wanting to do things that I should be doing. Procrastination, I suffer with that, like I'm sure many others do. So this article in Entrepreneur by Roxanne Klein. Roxanne Klein says, 1, are we wearing too many hats, doing too many things? Do we have the shiny ball syndrome? Something else comes, and we rush and go after that. An ability to prioritize. If you do not document your to-do list, your to-dos in a list, it's extremely difficult to prioritize. So what can you do about this? 1, set reminders. I do that. I have a clock right here, and it's a 30-minute timer by default. So certain things I do, like checking my email, I set a 30-minute timer so I know that 30 minutes up, and I have a choice. I can stop doing it, or I can continue doing it. Hey, Tamika, glad you're here. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. Tamika, glad you're here. So that's important to consider, important to think about if you don't want to be a procrastinator. Next up, never overpromise or underdeliver. Never, ever do that. Overdeliver, never underdeliver. 3, eliminate distractions. Number 4, set achievable goals. Some of us are setting goals that are not achievable in this season or maybe ever, and you're only going to be depressed and sad by it. Set goals that are achievable. Ben St. Hours and his lovely wife are physique athletes. That's not my gift. I got like 1 ab, maybe half an ab, maybe like a quarter of an ab, maybe 1/8 of an ab. That's not my gift. That's not my goal. But my goal is I rock the stage around the world, on stages all over, inspiring people. That's what my gift is. That's what I do. Now I can do about 20 pull-ups. I can do 60, 70 push-ups if I want. But I'm definitely not a physique person. Moving forward here, ways that we can not procrastinate. And the last one is mindset. Mindset is everything. Mindset is so important. What are we doing with our mind to understand that we can make a difference? And Karen's right. Make a checklist as well. Make a checklist. Procrastination, though, will hinder you and keep you back. Ding, 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 ding. Handle awkward conversations like a pro. One of my favorite email newsletters is by Jason Pfeiffer, executive editor of Entrepreneur. He talks about handling awkward conversations like a pro. And Jason says, the upside of awkwardness is the act of doing something but being painfully aware of your imperfections. Awkwardness, though, Jason says, must be your springboard. You could admit awkwardness. Everyone relates to that, but you can't actually be super awkward. That's uncomfortable. So what do? I wrote it above. You lead with awkward. People say that vulnerability is a great skill, but that's only half the formula. Vulnerability creates connection, and that's one thing you can do. One way to disarm and to help others is by you sharing about yourself. We've done some ministry in my local church area. I've started out by saying at one point, hey, one of my children, they're going through this or that issue. That's my thing that I have. How can I help you? It disarms people. That's just one example, but being open, being transparent, not trying to be somebody who you want, who you're not, or putting yourself on a platform. But awkward conversations do happen. And there's different types of awkward conversations in different seasons. But I love that. I love that aspect. And Nikita Abrams says, true, relaxes me for sure. Love it, love it, love it. Setting goals for you as well is important. Love that, love that, love that. Again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Alexandria Nicole says, prioritize goals and lead with targeted actions to remain focused. Yes, Alexandria. Y'all need to find Alexandria Nicole. Google her and find her. Prioritize goals and lead with targeted actions to remain focused. Love it. Hey, Kim, glad you're here. Love it, love it, love it. And Ikichia says, once I'm vulnerable, I can control the pathway. This is so good. This is the key to the getting rid of the awkwardness that many of us do face. Time is short. Moving forward here on The Rundown with Ramon. Let's see what we cover. Celebrate small wins in your team. 5 reasons to celebrate small wins in your team. We do that in our team meetings. I always seek, how can I celebrate and cheer others? Micro wins build macro retention. Small wins trigger a dopamine loop of motivation. Momentum is built with every acknowledgement. Recognition creates psychological safety, leading to innovation. Small wins allow a clear line of vision to bigger goals. Celebration is so important. And one small tip, Glenn Lundy, my friend, talks about this. Praise people and celebrate people in front of others. We have team meetings every Monday and on our chat. And I love to say, hey, Vinod, what a great article you wrote. We got some good traction on that. Well done. He feels good. Other people feel good. And you continue in that way. Alexandria Nicole, you know it absolutely all day long. All right. 2 more quick things here on The Rundown with Ramon, and then we're going to get ready to close out here. Startup founders in their free time. Thought this was pretty interesting. What do startup founders do in their free time? Some meditate. Some do bouldering. I guess that's a form of rock climbing, studying behavioral economics and psychology. Other entrepreneurs love to travel, volunteer at animal adoption events. Journaling is something I've never done. Pilates. Dedicate time to total solitude. Read fantasy series. Listen to podcasts and audiobooks and more. Listen, as entrepreneurs, we're go, 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 go. Pastor Jeff Moffitt is here. Glad you're here, Jeff Moffitt. Made my day. But as entrepreneurs, as business owners, we shouldn't be on the go, 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 go all the time. It's important to relax as well and refresh and recharge. Today, me and my wife are going to Hot Pot. If you don't know what Hot Pot is, it's like Chinese or Korean food in a big pot, boiling water and boiling sauces, and you put the noodles and mushrooms and onions and meat and all that kind of stuff in there. But it's important to take your time and to relax and to do something else besides being on the go. I'm on the go a lot. I work very hard, but I also cherish times that I can just sit in the couch, put my arm around my lady, and watch some K-dramas. Love this, love this, love this. Shai says, how can you celebrate small wins with team when you have toxic members who don't value winning? That's a great question. And the bottom line on this, if you have toxic team members who are not building up your company, who are not an asset to your company, you have to let them go and or give them a chance to change and or make sure that you talk to them first and say, hey, listen, I've heard this. This is not so great. What are we going to do about it? And hear their side of the story as well. But that's a great question, Shai. And that goes back, did you hire the right person? Lastly, here, getting on to the last point of the rundown with Ramon. Love these questions coming in. Tips for small business owners borrowers in a high interest environment. Listen, the economy is up, the economy is down. Interest rates are going here and there, but don't sit tight if you see an opportunity to grow your business. Take advantage of somebody else's demise, possibly. And if you have the cash, maybe you buy them out. Shop around, whether the country is in a high or low interest rate environment. Look for the best deals, SBA loans, shift your credit cards around and more. Streamline your operation. Are you as lean as you can be without hampering an influx of business? This is the power of being an entrepreneur. Listen, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon, and I want to leave you with one thing. Definitely want to do that. Check me out at RamonRay.com. Sign up for our email newsletter there as well. 2 different email newsletters. But more importantly, be clear on what you really, really want to do in life and in business. Be clear on it. Get clarity in that. Ask yourself, do you even want to be in business? This is an important question to ask. Are you hungry enough to get to where you need to be to have the success that you want? What is your pricing like? Is it cheap or is it premium? If it's cheap, it's going to be hard to make a profit and hard to build the life you want. Your mindset is everything. I've talked about mindset so many times. And last but not least, ask yourself, what do you do best? Thanks for being here, Tamika. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, Brittany Cole, for being here. Love you, Brittany Cole. Thanks for all you do. Appreciate. And you're right, Karen. Call them out in team meetings. Listen, everybody, love you all. Love you, Shai. Love you, Jeff. Definitely love you, Scott Simons. Thanks for being here today. This is the Rundown with Ramon, and I'll see you in the next edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Have a blessed day, and thanks for taking your time to be here today. Go make a difference in the world. Take care. Be blessed. Well, that's it. Show's over. Thanks for being here. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Spread the word on the Rundown with Ramon.